Hello, here are the twins. My name is Catherine.
And my name is Daniela. Our channel is all about spiritual miracles like an out of body experience or a near death experience.
We hope you really enjoy our channel. And today we welcome a very special guest. And if you like our channel,
Can you do us a favor and hit that like and subscribe button for more amazing videos? Thank you.
thank you so much.
I'm Daniel the Healer. I'm originally born in Switzerland but moved to the United States. I'm a holistic, intuitive, spiritual healer. So let me quickly explain that. Holistic means that I work with you on all four levels of your existence: the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual, and how they interact with each other. Recently I had a client who had a bad back, and it turned out that he had a curse on him. I removed the curse and his back improved. So it's not always because you fell down the stairs. There can be emotional or spiritual reasons why you have something like that. So that's about holistic. Intuitive means that I receive my information beyond the regular five senses. I have a whole team of spirit helpers that are with me. And when I work with somebody, originally when we get into a session, I look them over, and then some of it that I perceive is my experience, some of it that I perceive comes feeding me back from my spirit helper, telling me, hey, watch this, watch that, here is something that doesn't work. And so that's how I basically work. That's why I call it intuitive. And I work with your energy field, and I do all kinds of things. The main thing that I wish to talk today with you, and before I get to that, is that you are divine. But before I get to that, I want to say that I offer free healing sessions twice a week on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. and that's all Eastern times. And on Thursday at 8 p.m. I offer free online energy healings. And these healings are on ihealyourpain.com. I repeat, ihealyourpain.com. So and I'll repeat it at the end, because not everybody watches everything, and some people hear it at the beginning, some hear it at the end. So anyway, what I wish to talk to you about is that you are divine. You are made of the same stuff, the same building blocks that all of existence is made of. You're made of love and light. And because you're made of, in the Bible it says you're made in His image. What does that mean? Well, first of all, I believe that there's not only a God, that there's also a feminine God, a goddess. So God and goddess, they love you. You have the capacity to love. They are powerful. You are empowered. They create. You can create. All these things that they do, you can do as well. You're just not as advanced as they are. So I would say you are gods and goddesses in training, but you are divine in your nature. Just because we live here in this physical reality where love and light, because in 3D it is so dense that this love and light has crystallized into something solid, or what we perceive is solid. But when you look at it under the microscope, the deeper you look into the atomic structure, the less there is actually there. It's really bizarre. It's much more space. There's much more light and space in this existence than what we think. If we remove all the empty spaces in the atoms, in this Mother Earth that we are on, it would fit into a sugar cube. That's everything else is just empty space. So you are divine. You need to know that. You need to work it. You need to own it, literally. It needs to come in. You know, when you actually start to get involved with something, first you learn it. Then you understand it. After a while of understanding it, now you know it. And finally, when it's all integrated, then you live it. And so, being divine, you need to first learn it, understand it, know it, but then you need to live it. So what do you do? What do you do to remind yourself that you're divine? Well, first of all, you keep your resonance high. You surround yourself in light. Every day, every morning you come here, you get up out of bed, you may have not stood up, your feet are on the ground next to the bed, and you take a moment, close your eyes, remind yourself, I'm divine. And it's not just a concept, you see, you need to live it. And then you surround yourself in this bubble of light. Brilliant light. If you want, you can add colors to it. Little pink, little gold, it doesn't matter. And then you get up and go upon your day. But the idea is, you know, when everything works well, then it's easy. But the tough part is when challenges come around. Let's say you have a confrontation, and instead of just out of rote, out of habit, responding the way you respond, you take a moment, you count to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then you ask yourself, how would a divine person respond to this? You ask yourself, and then from that point of view, you respond, you get involved. But anger is a very positive emotion if you know how to deal with it. And so I guess we're going to go a little bit into anger here. So when you look at it, what is anger? Well, if you were totally apathetic and somebody slapped you in the face, then you would say, oh, okay, nothing would happen. But we are passionate creatures. So when something happens that undermines your passion, then you get angry. So anger really is an indicator of what you are passionate about. Now generally, we are actually very passionate about being treated well and respectfully. It's very unfortunate, but right now we're in very tumultuous times. It's very difficult for a lot of people. People are running out of money. People are in wars. People are being suppressed. When you look at China, that now they stop your bank account if you don't behave a certain way. This is not what we are made to be naturally. Naturally, we are made to have a spirit, to have a soul, and to act upon our urges that come from spirit and soul. But we're being trained, already going to school, we're being trained to sit at the desk for 8 hours a day and to be part of the cog in the gross national product. We're just this little thing, insignificant. We're being told that we're sinners, which we are not. There's no sin, there's no hell. These are all, we're being manipulated. And so when we're being manipulated and we cannot express our true self, then we become angry. But society tells us we're not allowed to do anything with this anger. So we eat it, we stuff it more and more and more and more. And then something bad happens and we lose control, and out it comes violently. You know, all these mass murders, these shootings at school, where some kid brings a gun at school and kills a lot of other students. This is all because they are exploding. They cannot hold it down anymore. If we in our society learned how to constructively, repeat the word, constructively release our anger, we would live in a peaceful world. It's amazing. It's so destructive. Work with the physical, the mental, the emotional body. And so there's techniques that you can use not to be a victim, not to constructively release anger, to be heard. We live on the physical plane. The next plane up is the I sometimes have issues. The astral, then the causal, and then the supercausal are the mental planes. So you exist. You just, first of all, you're eternal. Who you are is eternal. You exist. You exist in the form of your soul. You are your soul. But when you become physical, you come here on earth, you generally come with a particular intent, something that you wish to experience or learn. And so you grab a little bit of who you are and you come here. But being eternal and living in your soul is what in the Bible would be called living in heaven, because it is blissful. But there is first of all, there's no judgment. You yourself, at the end of your life, when you come to that particular moment, you kind of review your life. If your life was painful, then the next thing is you go and rest for a while. And then you after what may be in physical terms, 3 months to 20 years, you kind of wake up and you merge back into your soul, where you have accumulated all the knowledge, all the experiences, both on earth, we have 4 kingdoms on earth: the mineral, the plant, the animal, and the human kingdom. In other planetary situations in this universe, there's like about 650 races that are out there. And in other universes, in all of these circumstances that you've been and you've accumulated, and that is who you are as a soul. And the goal, or the idea ultimately, is for you to become so conscious that you merge back into the divine. Yeah, you see, and when you kind of have this perspective that this is not, first of all, earth life is not a penal colony because you were bad in heaven. No, you're here because this offers you a particular situation that is nowhere else available. Because you're in time, you can actually have an agenda, because when you live in your soul state, there's no time. And you say, oh, okay, I want to learn how to love myself. Okay, all right, loving myself. Yeah, I'll get to this. And 1,000 years later, you say, oh, I want to learn about loving myself. And no, so you come here, and here there's time. And so you can have an agenda. Chop, 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 chop. I'm going to do this, that, the other, and finally this last thing. My agenda in this life was to figure out how deep I could go down into the rabbit hole of shame and still come out intact. So my early life was extremely shameful. I was humiliated. I was a bully magnet. People would just come to me. Anybody who wanted to prove anything to anybody else, they would just come and beat me up. And I didn't understand that. I somehow was hormonally not well balanced. And so I never kind of got into this macho, masculine, fighting, protecting, etc., etc., king of the hill thing. And so until age 11, I was still a crybaby. And you know, a man, a boy, 11 in Switzerland crying, hello, that doesn't work. Everybody would laugh at me and humiliate me. And so, and see what happens in early childhood, you imprint for the rest of your life. So I was a total loser. And sure enough, as a young adult going into this world, I thought I knew it all, but no, I didn't. I was a loser. I never was successful. I did a few careers, never worked out. Finally, in my mid-50s, I turned it around. Yes, I healed my shame. The shame, the thing that you carry where you think that you are defective, that you are not good enough, that you're invaluable, that you don't matter, you're insignificant. Not only have I overcome this, I turned it around where I live comfortably. I have a loving relationship. I have decent health. I have adequate wealth. I have an extraordinarily good connection with my spirit team. I feel loved. I feel that the universe loves me and wants to have my best interest in mind. I come to a point where I actually can create my reality. I can think about what it is that I wish to have in my life, and then it manifests, generally with a little delay, because like I said, we're in time, and the rest of existence is in timelessness. So, you know, until a few years ago, I considered myself a loser. Now I consider myself to be a winner. Actually, in the process of working with energies, I find that a lot of people have curses, that a lot of people have attachments. They've had bad experiences with extraterrestrials. They have weapons. There's all kinds of things. Now, there may be several causes for this. A curse may be one. But how about if your sister in another lifetime made a vow of celibacy? This is the very first time ever. You see, consciousness also evolves. So this is the very first time in consciousness that you can have it all. You can be healthy, you can be wealthy, you can be happy, you can have love, and you have connection with spirit. That's it all. I learned how to work. I'll show you. I have a cheat sheet when I work with people. All of what is here on this side are all aspects of your energy field. And I look at all of these, and then I can figure out, oh my God, oh yeah, they have a curse, or they made a promise, or they have an unresolved situation in another lifetime, or in this lifetime. They have a belief structure. Maybe the parents had a bad relationship and the kids said, I'll never do this. But in the process of quote unquote that you are divine, you also quote unquote create. I mean, God created this world. It took him, and that's in the Bible, it took him 6 days, and on the seventh day he rested. Creating. Made in his image, we can also create. And one of the things that we do create is we create our own reality. Our day-to-day life, we create this. Now we may not be conscious of this, and then we allow it because we don't know how we consciously can do this. But you can learn how to consciously do this. and then you can actually create the circumstances. And generally my sessions are over Zoom. I work overall my sessions are an hour. People come and they have this issue or that issue. The only kinds of sessions that are shorter is when I do chiropractic adjustments. I do psychic chiropractic, where if your hips are out of alignment or you have a vertebrae in your neck that is out, I can gaze at you and everything falls back into place. Over Zoom or Skype or whatever other method we decide that works best for us. I can also go over Messenger. I have, like you, I have one where it's called Whereby, where they don't have to install a program. And so for those who are absolutely not technically savvy, they can just click on a button and we connect, just like your studio. And generally my sessions are an hour, and I normally look you over. I also do medical intuition. You may have gone to doctor and doctor and doctor, nobody can find out what's wrong. And maybe you have that your thymus doesn't like your brain, and your thymus says, oh no, I go on strike, and nobody can figure it out. Well, I can figure it out within a few moments. So I look at all your organs and all your systems. I do emotional healing. I do psychic surgery. If your chakras are broken or need replacing, or if you're not well grounded, and that's where also I remove all the curses and things like that. I do relationship counseling. I help people die if they want to die, but they can't because they have some unresolved issue. And so, they're in a old age home, they're wilting away, but they're still clinging on to here. They don't know who everybody is, but they still cling on to life. I can disconnect them within 2 to 3 weeks. They pass on to the other side. I do all kinds of far out things that are very difficult to get anywhere else. So we all have spirit helpers. We all have a team that works with us. They're with you all the time, but you need to engage them. So I learned to engage them. I learned how to be intuitive. See, the other side doesn't speak to you in English. The other side speaks to you in energy. They send you energies. And then your intuition, which is located in your brow chakra or third eye, then takes this energy and translates it into words. That's why when you hear, quote unquote, hear somebody else speak to you, you hear it in your own voice, not in their voice. Because it's your voice that translates the energies that you receive. And so I work with my spirit helpers. And not only that, when I am in session with somebody, I involve their spirit helpers, their higher self, their soul. I can negotiate with their conscious, subconscious, and unconscious mind. And I can also negotiate with their past selves.
We hope you liked our video.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.